1, 2, 3, 4.
Buenos días a mis hermanos y hermanas en este nuestro episodio número 118 del podcast de The Good Morning Guys. Muchas gracias so much for joining us on this fine mañana tarde noche. Sorry, I'm speaking a little Portuguese there. Noche or noche más tarde, as we discuss the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I'm one of your hosts, the Brazilian mountaineer and transition ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, jury, and executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel.
Buenos morning to you.
Thank you, fine sir. On his left and right, but only in spirit, the volleyball and beast to the east who can make you laugh in 3 words or less, Ronnie Johantges. He's working on giving your money back because there are no words coming out of him tonight. Then the final member of the GMG Quadfecta, who's got Christmas music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Carreta in his old stomacho, Marc Boucher.
Insert Spanish phrase here.
Perfect. I'm sure Patrick can find some kind of sound bloop online.
I'm just gonna get a clip from the movie Coco of him just screaming.
Un poco loco. Yeah, just do that. Do something like that. All right, guys. Enough of our Spanglish, whatever you want to call it. We got a hefty dose of what's new news coming your way. Made complete with our Discord joiners joining us tonight. Discord. Why do I do that?
Discord.
The old Discord.
The Discord. The Discord is joining us tonight.
You have the most struggles with that word and that word alone.
This doesn't roll off the tongue. Discord. They should have called it Discord. And then they could have used the Noid as their mascot. That would have been awesome. The Discord Noid. That's a 80s pull if I ever saw one. We didn't talk about that one in the...
Who was that? Was that Domino's?
Yeah,
Yep.
The Domino's Noid. He
The
had a video
Noid.
game. It was gross and stupid.
Wait.
But I loved it.
That was when the 7-Up dot
Yes.
was also around.
All those companies had like a little random mascot that made no sense. Like, who thinks a dot is cool?
I don't know. Had his own video game.
He had sunglasses.
He's not a dot. He's a spot.
Oh, right.
Sorry. Sorry. Right.
That was stereotypical.
There's a difference.
I was stereotyping him. I'm sorry, Spot. All right. Before we get into what's new news, we do have a little bit of GMG CC, if you know what I mean. All right, guys. Just wanted to make a quick shout out to one of my personal go-tos in Sony gaming news, the PlayStation Experience podcast, or PXSP as it's called. It's hosted by Haley, Delvin, and Dev, all friends of the show, and rocking it as they talk about everything from next-gen PlayStation gaming to 80s cartoons. Well, at least Delvin and Dev. Haley knows little to nothing about 80s cartoons, but she tries. She instead talks about vampires, and then, they talk about everything else, often in a very off-the-wall and entertaining way, sometimes in a very colorful or French sort of way, so parents, kids, be warned. Funnily enough, they are very apologetic about it, at least to me on the show. At least every other show, they apologize to me for their foul language, which I very much appreciate.
Just warning you.
But yeah, they usually warn me, and they tell me when there's going to be a tirade, and it's always entertaining. I love that crew over there, though. Just wanted to shout them out today. I enjoy listening to them every week. So please, joiners, give them a listen and show some love and support to the Platinum Princess, the man who prefers podcasting over sleep, and PSVG's only resident ninja, Haley, Delvin, and Dev. So, all right. That's all I got for that. So let's get into the updates. As I said, the joiners are going to join us, so we're going to start with old Bernabe El Ronchas Butters. He's going to tell us what's been going on in his life, and just so you know, I'm going to try to read it a little quicker and try to work around any, grammatical errors that I may or may not run into. Or I won't. We'll see. All right. Barnaby had this to say. Uneventful week. Haul inside the 360-pound treadmill. Convinced the delivery guy to give me a hand. Tipped him 20 and a Coke. I assembled it myself.
How did he tip it to him? Just like hand it to him like in a handshake? Like, good job.
Yeah, the Coke. He handed the Coke to him in a handshake.
One of those 4-ounce cans?
Yeah, just those little tiny ones. Oh, man. So he assembled the treadmill. There were 7 main pieces. The problem is that each piece was super heavy. The trash can for recycles filled up pretty quick. We'll probably have to get rid of the packaging waste in the course of many weeks. Oh, that's the worst when you
just get a cat.
Just get a cat. What do they eat it?
No,
do they
just live in
eat
boxes.
It and plop it out and it becomes flowers?
Yes.
That is correct.
That's a Mark fact.
Let's see. He said, in gaming, I got me 2 games on Black Friday, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and Star Wars Squadrons.
Nice.
Each for 10.
Oh, 10.
That's pretty
nice.
Pretty dang good.
Pretty daggone good. All right. Then he got lucky enough in the extra live stream of our friend, the Jedi Gamer, and won a game of his choosing, opted for Cyberpunk 2077.
Nice.
All
Good
right.
gaming this Christmas.
Look at him.
Technically out now, isn't it?
It is out now.
Yes. How now? Out now. All right. Brown cow. Also, during the discounts, was able to score the Breath of the Wild 4 Guardians amiibo. Nerd. Nice. Nintendo nerd. Which then triggered a trip to IKEA for more shelves as he ran out of space. And finally, my wife asked for Phoenix Rising. Nice. You better watch out. That's how babies are made. When your wife starts asking you for video games and you're like, oh, okay. Little video games and chill, if you know what I mean. All right. This is a night show.
Every recording's a night show.
Yeah, my eyebrows get raised when my wife talks about video games. I'm like, what?
I know, right?
Huh?
It's like, oh, you want to play a little...
Oh, what?
Little PlayStation.
You know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. All right, that one was $15 discounted for some reason, and will arrive on Monday. Also, Barnaby said, I hurt my ankle at some point, not sure if at the gym or assembling the treadmill.
I bet assembling the treadmill.
Probably. I don't know where his foot and ankle and legs would come into use, but you just never know. Or just walking up the stairs. It's no longer the size of a melon, but still gives me some grief while walking. Looking forward to closing 2020, the armpit of years, and starting 2021 strong.
I don't think it's the armpit of years. That's the butt crack of years.
Oh, the butt crack. So
Yeah.
what does that mean? What does 2021 then become? If 2021 comes from 2020, does that mean 2021
Stop it.
is the year of plop?
All right.
No.
Mark's like, I'm out.
How many minutes in are we?
Oh, I've lost count. It's probably like
It's
5
early.
minutes.
It's like
It's early.
6
It's
seconds
early
in.
yet. All right. Knowing that Pat will discontinue the fun, Pat, let's get into
Yes.
what's been going on with you. A little bird has told me you've been job and platinum hunting this week. We want to hear all about it.
Yes. So, speaking of the job, we're still looking for a job. On Monday this week, I applied to 8 different jobs with 8 different companies.
Nice.
I was on fire. I was in the zone. You know, one of those days where you're just like banging on all cylinders, and I didn't know what time it was. It felt like, you're clacking away and you see the clock hand and minutes just like going around in circles. That's the way it felt.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that on Monday, did a ton of that. Took it easy on Tuesday. I had a couple Zoom calls with my coach and with some other members from the company who also got laid off. So going through that. And then today, Wednesday, I had another Zoom call with my coach for an hour and applied to one more job. And so that's what's going on. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'm not going to look for a job. I'm just going to kind of leave those jobs that I have applied for, give them time to review my resume and
Do a little simmer.
other yeah. So kind of leave that sit for a little bit. and take tomorrow off. I think, this whole job hunting thing is like a full-time job. Like it's just searching for jobs, applying for jobs. It's not. One of the things with LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is like the most widely used site to apply for jobs, and then some of the jobs you click apply and it brings you to their website, that company's website. There are also some jobs where you can just quick apply. You just hit apply, answer 3 questions, and you've applied to that job. It takes all the information from your profile and just uses that as the resume and shoots it off. So
that's like the Amazon buy it now kind of thing. Doesn't even put it in your cart. You just buy it and it starts shipping it to you.
It's already there.
Nice.
It's so painless.
So I kind of like those. I'm like, ooh, that job looks good, and it's instant apply or whatever they call it. I'm like, yes, this is cool. But some of them take a little bit longer. Some have taken like a half hour to apply or longer because they ask questions. They asked like job history, work experience, things like that. So yeah, it's been a lot of my day has been just job hunting and networking and tinkering with my resume, creating cover letters, all that jazz. It's been exhausting. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow and just hanging out with the wife and maybe watch a Christmas movie.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Christmas movies, the wife and I watched Jingle All the Way this past week.
Oh, the Schwarzenegger one?
I've never seen it.
You've never watched that one?
No.
Is that not a riot?
Got to get the Turbo Man.
The Turbo Man.
I've got to get it.
I did not know. Was this supposed to be a kids movie? Like, because they like start
Yes
cussing
and no.
right in the beginning. I'm like, ooh, is this supposed to be a kids movie?
I guess it's not kids. It's
No.
a family movie.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's
Like
family.
one of the first words that came out of someone's mouth or Arnold Schwarzenegger's mouth was a cuss word. I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm not watching them with the kids yet. So, I'd never seen that movie. It was so stupid, and I laughed
It
so
really
hard
is.
at this movie.
It is. It's great.
I had like anxiety because everything and anything was going wrong for Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. Like
I
everything.
can't stand those kind of movies.
And then
they bother me.
Yeah, like I was like, but then something stupid would happen and I would just laugh out loud how
you just
dumb
laugh.
it was. And then Sinbad shows up, which I hated his character. Like,
No, he's
hated
terrible.
him. He was
I love Sinbad,
such a
but
bad
his
person.
character, yeah, he's a terrible person. Sinbad's great, but his character was awful.
Yeah, he was hilarious. But
Shout out to Sinbad, because he actually recently had a stroke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So
Get well,
prayers
buddy.
up for Sinbad.
For
Dang.
sure.
Okay, yeah. I guess watching him this week, kind of in his memory, rest in peace.
Well, he's still
He's
alive.
still alive.
Oh, I thought he's.
No.
I misread what you were saying.
He suffered a stroke, but
Yeah,
as far as I know, he is still alive.
You can't survive that.
He's just recovered.
That's not automatic death.
All right.
Oops.
Well, okay. Sinbad, if you're listening, I love you.
Thanks for listening, Sinbad. We just lost him, though. It's like, I think I'm dead. I'm out of here. Patrick, you need to watch the sequel to Jingle All the Way, Jingle All the Way 2, with Larry the Cable Guy.
No, you don't.
What? There's a second one?
Yes, there is, my friend.
I don't know if I can watch that one. I get her done.
Get her done.
Gotta find the Turbo Man doll.
Yeah.
The Turbo Man doll.
No, it's
like
a different
6
one. In
feet
the second
tall.
one, it's like a doll because he's getting it for his daughter.
Oh, okay.
I just saw the banner for it and was like, nope, never watching that. But that's funny.
No, I don't understand this whole Turbo Man like allure. Like Turbo Man had like this jetpack and great, but his like, I don't know, his side character or sidekick was like a big purple wolf. Like, what in the world is this?
It was really making fun of us back in the 90s when, like Furby and Elmo, like Talking Elmo, all that stuff was like a huge deal and people acted like they did in that movie to get it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was kind of a parody on dumb parents back in the day who did whatever they could to get those dumb kids' toys that were a hot item. Yeah. So
I did get a talking Elmo or tickle me Elmo or
Tickle
whatever
Me
it was
Elmo. Maybe that's what it
at
was.
one point, but that was like way after.
That tickles.
Yeah, that was way after it was popular.
Yeah.
So I had no problem getting it. Just wait 10 years and you'll be fine.
There you go. That's easy. That's what people are saying about the PS5. Hey, when the PS6 comes out, you will be able to get a PS5. Just wait it out.
Just wait it out. Yeah. No worries. Don't worry about it. Speaking of the PlayStation 5, I've been playing a lot of it lately.
Man, you are transition ninja today.
Well, you're leading me in.
That's true. It's like, hey,
He sets them up, you knock them down.
I'm your spotter.
So Clark and I have been playing Sackboy these past couple weeks and slowly going through it because Clark wants to get every collectible, and which was fine for me because, hey, we're getting collectibles, we're getting trophies. And so as soon as that the trophy notification pops, it was funny because since we were both logged in, because I created an account for him, we've been playing on PlayStation 4 for so few years, and he would always just play on mine, or we would just create a guest account to play together. I don't know why I never just created a profile for him.
Yeah, that's what I did for my kids earlier this year.
Yeah. So I created a profile for him. He has Astrobot as his profile as a profile icon, and so every time that we would get a trophy, it would pop a trophy notification for me, and then my notification would go away, and then his notification would pop. So there were a couple times where it didn't pop for one of us. So it was one of those things like, oh, okay, he had to do it, so we had to replay the level so I could do it.
Yep.
So we played a little bit more than probably I would have if I would have gone for the platinum by myself. But yeah, it was a great like 3D like Astrobot Super Mario kind of platformer. It was really fun. There was I think the hardest trophy to get was this trophy called String It Together. And within Sackboy, there are trials. So you get like a collectible in various levels, and there's 15 of these. So you collect this trial icon, and then you have to go to the trial world to go through a challenge. And in this challenge, you have to do it within a certain amount of time. And it's one of the hardest kind of levels there are. So the goal is to get through the level in the shortest amount of time without dying. And so these were individual, one after the other. And at the end of the game, we finally got all 15. After we finished the 15th trial, a 16th trial pops up. And basically, the trophy is to go through all 15 of them continuously on one level without dying.
Oh my gosh!
In under 10 minutes. So,
Nasty.
I was. It was a lot of repetition, a lot of memorizing. I had to jump past things, and because if you get hit twice, you die. You hit once, you like start to blink a little bit, or turn like a reddish or a white color, depending on if you're first or second player. And then if you hit again, you die. So I tried not to get hit. And so I streamed it the other night, and Bernabe was there, and Josh Stapleton was there, and it took me about 3 hours to get to level 11.
Oh wow,
11. And so I knew if I get to level 11, I could get through all 15 levels. So another hour and a half goes by, and I finally do it. And my hands were sweating. I was sweating because as soon as I got past a level 11, I was in uncharted territory. Because I had gone through all those 11 levels like over and over
Multiple
and over
times,
and over again.
yeah.
So I would get to level 13, and I would die. I would get to level 14, and I would die. I'm like, that's just like 8 minutes of I had to do all over again. Mm-hmm. And if I'm doing like 8 minutes, like 6 times, we're already approaching 45 minutes. And then so I'm like, okay, so add that over a course of time. I probably played those trials for 4.5 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
I finally did it.
That's some dedication, my friend.
And so I did it. I got the trophy for myself. And Clark wanted the platinum too. So he's like, well, you got to do it for me. And I'm like, oh. So I was like, all right, buddy. You know, like
You should have just handed him the controller and be like, get good.
Yeah, he could only get he could only get to maybe World 6 or the level 6.
I bet that was hard.
Couldn't get past that because it was like a lot of like precision. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. So I waited for him to get back from school, and we went downstairs. And I think maybe on the 4th try, I did it.
Nice.
Because I already gone through them all, and I had already that muscle memory. So that's the only trophy that I had to get for him. All the other trophies he got by himself, which
nice work, Clark.
Yeah,
no doubt, Clark. We're so proud of you, buddy. Good job.
Yes, it was awesome because he was so excited about every time that trophy notification popped, he was pumped. And every time my name would come up and the trophy would come up, and he's like, "There's your trophy," and then he would wait, and then his name would pop up. He's like, "Yay!" He put down the controller and run around like a 6-year-old does.
Right, spin.
Yes. So we platinumed that, and which was really fun. Like we've platinumed games together, but it was like, hey, we're switching off controllers, or you know, like I would get maybe 75% of the trophies, and he would get the other 25%. So it was fun to see him actually get all the trophies. And this, I would say, this isn't like an easy trophy platinum to get because of that string it together trophy. I looked online. I think 0.2% of people have gotten that trophy.
Wow.
So it is really, really tough. You have to play for like 20 hours at least to actually be able to even get to that portion for that trophy.
Right.
But yeah, so we sent it back, and we're gonna get the new Paw Patrol game, which is gonna be a little bit easier for him. That also has a platinum. So, and there's no enemies on there. So he's gonna probably get that platinum with ease. It's gonna be a breeze for him after going from Sackboy.
Keep it going. Keep that platinum train going. Choo choo.
So that's Clark. Now Claire. So I am job hunting. You know, I got laid off. That was devastating.
Yeah.
I have even more devastating news.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So Claire has now started to call me Dad.
Oh, she's not calling you Daddy anymore.
No longer calling me Daddy.
Oh no, you've transitioned.
It was like, you know, like nails to a chalkboard. Like I was always Daddy, and then she's like, Dad, and I looked at her. I was like, "There's no Dad here."
You're like, "Excuse me? What'd you call me?"
You're grounded. And my wife looks at me. She's like, "She's growing up." I'm like, "Did you tell her to stop it?"
Yeah, is this your fault? Did you do this?
I was like, "Oh no, this she's been my little Claire Bear for so long, and now she's almost 11 years old, calling me Dad. She's getting like the underwear garments now, and I'm just like, this is not. I'm not. I
Sorry,
didn't sign
Claire,
up for this.
that your dad is giving away all your secrets.
You shut up.
Shut your mouth.
Oh no, it's just
man.
like it's.
Yeah.
I knew this day would come eventually, but I just always hoped that she would always call me Daddy. But she's started to call me Dad because all of her friends are calling their parents by their mom and dad. I was like, Dad's not my name. She's like, Pat. I'm like, no, that's not it.
What's she gonna start calling you? Patrick. Excuse me, Patrick.
Can I
get my allowance?
I took this news worse than when I got when I lost my job.
Oh no.
This is worse. Like it's just like it is just like a life altering event.
It is,
you know,
the
like
end of an era.
It is. Like I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. Like it's why can't you be like, just stay 6 like Clark for the rest of your life? I would enjoy that. What's next? Boyfriends? Oh my gosh.
Forget about it.
Yes, exactly.
Forget about
I'm gonna be Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, like in that movie The Bad Boys, where they're like grilling that boy that comes. Have you ever seen that scene?
No, I can't say I have.
Is that in the original?
It's from Bad Boys.
I think I saw it, but I don't
Word.
remember
There's
what
just
they
like
do.
the guy. There's a boy that comes to pick up the daughter for the first time, and they grill him, and it is hilarious.
Now you
And
know,
I'm like,
Patrick, that's not going to be you. You're going to be like the dad from Up. You're going to be the dad from not Up, the dad from Inside Out. Do you remember when it was like an extra short where the daughter brings home a boyfriend? And did you see this?
No.
Oh, you totally need to watch it because this is totally going to be you and it's going to be me. The dad is like grilling this boy that's with his daughter. This is the Inside Out family. And at some point, the boyfriend mentions that he plays guitar. And so the dad's like, oh, really? And the dad gets out his guitar and they start bonding, this boyfriend and the dad, over like Metallica or some kind of rock music. And the daughter and the mom come downstairs and they're like just rocking it out. And the daughter is so like mortified because, the boyfriend and the dad have bonded already.
Well, yeah. If Claire brings a boy around and the boy's like, hey, you got the new PS5? Like, yeah, you want to check it out? Come on down. Sorry,
Dude,
Claire.
that's way too soon. You meant
you're in.
the PS7. You have the new PS7?
That's right. No,
Yeah,
the new PS9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know what to tell you, man.
it's been rough.
That's scary.
It's been rough.
That's scary.
But yeah, that's me.
Mm.
How about you, Lucas? What is up with you?
What is up?
Tell me something good.
Well, speaking of Claire, my daughter interviewed Claire about Christmas today.
She did.
It was quite the surprise. I was like, "You're doing what?"
Interesting.
She's like, "I'm hanging out with Claire and interviewing her." I'm like,
Yeah, our wives
I gotta
behind our
see
backs
this.
got all this figured out.
Yeah, we definitely had technical difficulties at the beginning, and there was like a lot of lip moving, the awkward like, well, I can hear you, but you can't hear me, and like all this. Except it was more like this. Just like that.
For all
Did see
you
it?
audio listeners out there,
I
Lucas
moved
is
my
just
mouth.
moving his lips.
Yep, can't you hear it? But yeah, so it seemed to go okay. Natasha was really she's not a natural podcaster, so she was very much just like, well, here are the questions. Okay, what do I do next, Dad? Like, she called us at the end and she's like, how do I, because she had to record it and it was supposed to be a video presentation for her teacher, so like she has to introduce Claire and herself and then at the end say, well, thank you. Like, we were trying to coach her and we're like, okay, when you get to the end of the interview, what do you say? That's all I have. Bye. It's like, well, that's a little on the nose, Tasha. You should, thank Claire for, spending time with you and that kind of stuff. So, but it seemed to go well.
So what was this interview all about, and how did she choose Claire?
So it
Because
really,
I asked Claire, and she's like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting anything out of you.
Not only is she calling you dad, but she's giving you the teenager answers.
She's been a teenager for like 4 years.
It's like, here's the one word answer. And my daughter, on the other hand, is stuck in like 7 years old, and she's still asking like 50 questions an hour. It's ridiculous. Like, every day it's, what's your favorite? Like, what's your favorite fabric material? What's your favorite movie with I don't know, a dog? Like, what's your favorite face to make when you eat a cheeseburger? Like, it's just that
she's
kind of
asking you
like,
these things while you're sleeping.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like next to me, and I'm like, I don't know, what? I don't know.
I've been talking to you for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry. But yeah, so pretty much it came down to, I don't even remember which class this is, but they just said, hey, interview somebody to practice your interviewing skills. Send us a video. It needs to be about like your favorite holiday or whatever. And honestly, it was my wife, Mindy, trying to give Tasha ideas, and Claire came up. Because the thing is with my daughter, she's very loyal to her friend, Isa. That is her classmate friend. And they always do everything together. Like, anytime there's partners, anytime there's do this activity, they automatically go to each other. Well, yet again, Natasha's like, well, I'll just interview Isa because she's my friend. She's right there. And Mindy's like, why don't you interview somebody else, like, that you could get to know more?
Yeah.
Like who? It's like, well, it could even be someone in the U.S. And so then Claire came up. And so
Okay.
they asked her. And that was
Yeah, Claire was really excited
that was
about it.
Yeah. It was
She's like,
pretty cool.
I'm going to be doing a Zoom call with Tasha tomorrow. I'm like, what? What's
Say
going on?
what?
Mel, what?
What
What
world
is
do we live in?
happening? Yeah. Talking to people in Brazil? That's weird. All right.
Yeah, I know. I do it every week.
Every week you do.
Ah,
Ka-chow. All right. Speaking of ka-chow, I don't know. We're going to hear from Corey Pafouch. That's all I got.
Corey
That's-
Smith.
Yep, Corey Smith. He has this update to share. Life is good at the here. I don't know what the at the here is. Is that the name of his house?
Is
or
he speaking
city?
like Shakespearean? What is
Yeah.
happening here?
Life is good at the here. Boys went back to school the beginning of this week after being quarantined for 3 weeks.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Nothing major today. Youngest is feeling under the weather, so just making him rest and hydrate. Tomorrow, going to my grandparents'. This is over the weekend, by the way, just so you know what today and tomorrow is. Let's see. Going to fix some plumbing issues at my grandparents' house. They're having, instead of a plumber, charging them a ridiculous amount of money for something I can fix in a couple hours. Good for you. Good job, Corey. My
For
boss
half
is...
the rate.
That's right. Yeah, he's like, okay, I need my money now. Thanks.
Where's my money, man?
My boss has spoiled my wife and I at our yearly Christmas dinner for the company I work for this past Thursday, so was able to get myself some computer upgrades so I can play Apex better. I would need like a NASA level computer to play Apex better. But then he says, okay, well, maybe not. I'm still not great. Always praying for you all. Thank you for everything you do. And thank you, Corey, for being
Thanks, Corey.
a real-life Mario brother.
I think if I tried to do plumbing, I would just make it worse.
I would get plop everywhere.
Yeah, stuff would be everywhere. It's like, is water supposed to be coming out of that?
This doesn't
No.
smell right. Yeah, that would be bad.
Righty
all
tighty,
right.
lefty loosey.
Before I get into my update of what's been going on, I need to make a quick redaction from last week when I said that I had finished my Christmas shopping before Thanksgiving.
Liar.
The fact of the matter is, I am a liar. And for the 38th Christmas in a row, I will be waiting until the last minute to finish up all of my shopping because I am a huge
Jingle
fan.
all the way 3
Exactly.
with Lucas Ham Swisher.
Yeah, in Brazil. So here's what happened. Every year, my wife and I buy a stuffed animal for our kids. Each child gets a stuffed animal. The current stuffed animal style has been these Beenie Boos. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they're pretty much a creature with really huge eyes. They look like lemurs.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Claire
Yes.
has a couple of those.
Oh, well, my kids have a couple dozen each. And I'm like, when is this
Oh my
going
gosh.
to stop? Well, this is why
I think
it
if
needs
I
to
would wake
stop.
up in the middle of the night and I would
Oh.
look at that, it would scare the crap out of me.
Nightmares. So we went searching months ago for these nightmares on Amazon. And
Is that what you searched for? Nightmares.
nightmares,
Search.
big-eyed stuffed animal
Look at that,
nightmares.
came right up.
Yep, there they were. It's like staring at us with their eyes all wide. So we picked out the two we thought the kids would like, and we ordered them, sent them to Mindy's parents because Mindy's dad was coming here. You know, he came last month. And he came, brought them, gave us all the Christmas gifts and the Beenie Boos. And we were like, good to go. And so last week, I was putting my daughter to bed, as is tradition, and I was looking at her stuffed animals while she was brushing her teeth, and I discovered something horrible. We had already purchased the exact same Beenie Boo
Oh.
in the past. Actually, the reason we didn't realize we had doubled up is because she bought it on her own. It was one of her little, we did a little shopping spree. She had some extra money. Well, anyways, I told Mindy, and I was like, Mindy, we're trying to gift her the same exact Beenie Boo. She is not going to appreciate that. And so we're like, well, I got to go shopping. So last week, I went to, yet again, like Thanksgiving, went to like 4 stores. I found one Beenie Boo, and it was covered in pink and a bunch of colors, and it was a sheep. It was not named Joseph. It was multicolored, but it was not that cool. And I just couldn't do it. That's not my daughter's style. She's not all girly girl. She likes variety. She doesn't like the pinky stuff. She likes more of the earth tones. So I was not able to. What's that?
I said she's cultured.
She is very cultured. So I wasn't able to find anything. So in the coming week, I'm going to search again. I don't really know what's going to come of this, but I'm pretty much sure it's going to come down to Christmas Eve again. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? Besides that, went to a Christmas party this past Monday
with Corey.
Nope, definitely not. Not the same Christmas party. Which I would have, if I would have gotten a nice little bonus for me to get a computer, I would have.
You just show up like, hey guys,
like, hey, I'm here for my Christmas bonus.
Got any more of those computers?
Yeah, I'll probably sell it because I could.
neck.
I'm not interested in becoming PC Master Race, but I would love to, have that kind of change.
Trade it in for a PS5.
That's right. Oh man, that'd be sweet. So went to this Christmas party. It was a district pastor's Christmas party, and it was pretty fun. They had like they had not only did they have food that you eat. And
as opposed
fellowship,
to what?
As opposed to food that you throw, or food that you pack into.
What is this, plastic? I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. It's a lie.
This is like from Hook. It's pretend.
Yeah, it's pretend food.
It's pretend.
Yeah, exactly. They even had a mixed drink bar minus the alcohol, and
so it's like, hey, do you want a lemon lime with grenadine?
Pretty much. It was like, do you want a virgin mojito? And of course, the inevitable question comes, what's a virgin? Actually, funnily enough,
I'll take some water on the rocks. Thank you.
My kids definitely asked Mindy what a virgin was earlier this week.
And how'd that go?
Yes.
Mindy's like, it's two people that have never kissed.
Wow.
How's it feel to lie to your kids?
Oh, I didn't do it. It was Mindy's doing.
My conscience is clear.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. So she told me that, and I was like, whew, dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So
glad I was over there.
So we went to this party, and it was fun. I will say there was a variety of people definitely not practicing social distancing. And it made Mindy especially a little nervous because she has not been to a party of any kind like this since March. And so she was feeling the social anxiety, the distance. Something that happened actually a few weeks ago at a school nearby her school is they had a party of like 200 or 300 people. And a few days or a week later, 50 people from that party were hospitalized.
Jeez.
All with COVID.
It's a risk. It's a risk.
And it's the risk you take. And so we're at this party, and all of a sudden it's filling up, and a lot of people don't have masks on. A lot of people are hugging, hanging out near each other, breathing in each other's faces. And we're just kind of like, I don't know if we were ready for this.
Was that an activity? Breathing in each other's faces?
Yes, that's
All
right.
We're getting out the board game called Breathing in Each Other's Faces.
It's a Brazilian classic, breathing in your face. Whoever can last the longest without sneezing or coughing or looking away, you win. You win COVID.
You know what? I'm gonna sit this one out, guys.
Yeah, I'm done.
Whoever has the least amount of water droplets on their face
Yeah.
is the winner.
Yeah, they get one of those Roman, skin scrapers that they used to use in the baths, and scrape your skin, scrape the sweat off, and whoever has the most in a cup, you win. All right, enough of that weird talk. That went a different direction. I did not see that.
That definitely did.
That was the family fun for the week.
podcast?
I prefer poop talk over that talk.
Yeah, sweat scraping talk. That was the family fun for the week, really. We did watch some Christmas movies, but nothing major. In the land of gaming, thanks to Novosel Now, I got my gaming on this past week. I played Firewatch, It's a very uniquely told mystery type story from the perspective of a park ranger. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. It had an interesting story, really great voice acting, a little more mature in the language area than I expected, but it was still worth the experience. So
Yeah, I felt like the language felt off-putting.
Yeah,
I didn't need
it was like, hey, let's, I don't know what to say, so I'm just going to drop an F-bomb. That's
it
pretty
just
much
felt
what
forced.
it was. Yeah, it felt a little forced. But I give it 7 pine cones, so it was good.
Yeah.
The next game I played was Shaq Fu. What a ride Shaq Fu was.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you.
Not the greatest of beat-em-ups, but man, hilarious. Turning into Shaq Diesel and Shaq, what was it? Shactus? Shactus? You're a
He's a
giant
big cactus.
You're just shooting needles at everybody for what felt like 10 minutes straight, just shooting needles forever. It was pretty funny. Really like playing that game. It took me back, like especially the music. It took me back to driving down, the streets of my hometown listening to Shaq's first album, Shaq Diesel, back in old 96. Wow, what a classic. The story definitely had an Adult Swim feel to it. There were definitely some moments where I'm like, glad my kids aren't watching this. 'Cause it was definitely just really weird. But I give it an 8 because it made me laugh a lot. I laughed out loud all by myself. And it was great.
I think the Shaq character and his like mentor, that like Chinese.
Oh my gosh, Gold Bond, Cha-ching.
Gold Bond. Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was totally awesome. The next one that I played that was also not appropriate for my kids, but very enjoyable for Patrick and I, Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2. I played through the whole thing of that with Patrick and even a little bit with Mark, which, Mark, you still owe me a few sessions.
You're right.
I still don't have the plat. I'm waiting on you to do some of that stuff. But funny, hilarious, like Goodfellas mixed with Resident Evil type of twin stick shooter. You got the fingers going like, hey, what are you doing? And this
do a little bit of sliding down the stairs.
Yeah, just walking smooth down the stairs.
I tried to walk like that, like after we played. My kids were upstairs, and I tried to walk like that. It's impossible.
It's totally impossible. You throw your back out that way. Lots of guts, lots of violence, but it was just so cartoony and fun. Had a blast. It's definitely an easy, like 5-hour platinum. So for the platinum hunters out there,
quick, way quicker than I thought it was going to be.
I give it 9 awkward steps down the stairs. So good stuff.
Nice.
Out of 10?
Out of 10 steps, yes. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, all these are out of 10.
This scale goes to 11.
Yeah. No, not quite yet. The last one I completed this week was Minecraft Story Mode's DLC. I don't know if you guys played Minecraft Story Mode. Definitely more exciting than Minecraft itself, but it's Telltale, so it's just got that conversational adventure feel to it. The original,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but for me, I love it. Like just making the choices and doing the quick time events and getting easy trophies. So it's a best combination of everything. Cool. It would be a good one for your son to play through, even though it's hard to come by because I think it dropped off the market when Telltale went out of business.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
wait.
What?
So it's just like you get the trophies just by playing it, or are there like the new Walking Dead season 3 trophies where you have to replay it all?
No. This one was straight up. It was like 3 episodes. It was DLC, so it was extra stuff. I didn't get a platinum for it. But it was a pretty cool little story. Like it was 3 episodes. Each of the episodes had like a different genre that it covered. Like the first one was a murder mystery in like a big mansion. The second one, you were fighting against a maniacal AI, like big, huge computer. And then the last one was like a Hunger Games style episode. It was really funny, really fun, great story, voice acting. I gave it 8.5. 8.5 blocks. Minecraft blocks.
Okay.
It's possible. I didn't think about what to give that one, but 8.5 was what I gave. And then the last one I want to mention, the last of the gaming, I promise, and then I'll move on. Worms Rumble with Pat, a little bit with Ryan Straube. I just want to mention that this game takes me back. I don't know if anybody out there has been playing it. It's a great nostalgia trip. Live action is the only difference between the old and the new. It's just so fun. It's got the same sounds, the same worm voices. And I'm kind of eyeing the Platinum, Patrick. I know it looks like it could take some time. I've read that it's around 35 hours. So it's, it's a little bit of a time suck and time commitment to level up those guns and stuff, but it's doable. And
So, there's the two trophies, the last worm standing and the death match.
I got second place today by myself without any cheating from you in last worm standing, let me tell you.
Yeah. So Mark and Lucas and I were playing worms, and we were doing last worm standing together. So what we would do is we would be at the home screen.
1, 2, 3, go.
And on go, we would both hit X to ready up. And all but one time we were not in the same match. So there was a match where Lucas and I were just hanging out on the top of a tower and just sitting there watching all the people die.
Yeah, one
and
by
it came
one.
Down to 3 people left.
Yeah.
And it was me, Lucas, and another guy. And the other guy killed us both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, what killed me was the gas. I didn't have the foresight to get out of the gas, and so we were fleeing from him. I thought we were going to get him, but then as soon as we were far enough away from him, he retreated, and you had just died, and then I was like, wait, what? And then I was trying to flee back, but it killed me.
Yeah, so we did that with the last worm standing. Then the death match, you got to win the death match, which was basically get the most kills in a match.
Gosh, we cheesed that one so bad.
We're like, all right, every map we go to, let's just go to the bottom right and we kill each other over and over again until one of us wins. And it worked.
It worked for both of us. I won by like 14 kills.
Yeah, I managed to hop in a little bit and watch you guys play Worms. It was only for a few minutes, but it's interesting. I'd like to give it a try.
Yeah, man, you're welcome to it.
Yeah, Mark, I think you would really like it because it has that battle royale element to it.
Yeah,
and that's the only reason why I'm playing it. The Worms thing is it takes some getting used to for the controls.
Yeah,
but Lucas, if you're gonna go for the platinum and we game on during your lunch times and my doing nothing times, then yeah,
let's
we'll
do
be
it.
able to get that.
Yeah, I really, I don't know. I'm enjoying just playing it over and over and unlocking stuff. I reached level 10 today, and I unlocked the dinosaur suit, which I'm excited to show James. So,
nice.
He's gonna love seeing that. And actually, today the kids were both like, "Can we play Worms Rumble? We want to do the training and run around." And yeah, they've enjoyed watching me play it from time to time. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny little game. So yeah, that concludes for me. And before we go to Marcus, just a little bit more. I got for you some joiners. We got good old buddy of the show, Ryan Let It Snow Strawby. He said, "I'm working on my 3rd electrical project this weekend: ceiling fan install and wiring. Update." Yeah, I know. Little Tim the Toolman Taylor. We need to call him Ryan the Toolman Strawby, maybe? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. He said, I give up. He gave an update after he wrote that, and he said, "I give up. There is any boxes to tap into the attic. I cut the old switch box, but to put in a dual switch for the light and fan, but punched through the wall in the hallway." And he shows a picture where he punched 2 holes in his drywall. Oops.
Yeah, that's a Tim the Toolman Taylor moment.
That is.
It
Yeah.
definitely is.
More power. Yeah. Let's see. Tim Pollen said, "New news. Trisha got her back surgery date, December 22nd. Merry Christmas."
Oh, wow.
Prayers appreciated, as she's very stressed. So now that my new guy is trained at work, I'm back to working on finishing up the kitchen trim and baseboard in my spare time. Yep, got to work on that honeydew list. We rescheduled our Pollen family Christmas to May, around Mother's Day, doubling up, and my brother's and my birthday. Wow, that's going to be a celebratory month. On the gaming front, it's all Assassin's Creed Origins until Miles Morales arrives next week. My man, playing games like 3 generations older. Not generations, but like, haven't they had Origins, Odyssey, and now Valhalla?
Yep.
I think there were others since then.
Doing it right. Maybe there have.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think those are the 3 most recent ones.
Yeah.
Origins, Odyssey, and then Valhalla.
Yep. So yeah, that's Timmy Pollen's update. Mark,
Tim Bob.
how about you, my friend? Tell me, Marcy B. Potter, we hear you've gotten yourself in a tussle with 2020's Voldemort. How goes it?
Oh yeah, I'm in a bit of a tussle, all right.
Yeah, you
but I'm gonna hold off on that for just a moment.
All right.
Because I've got
Spoilers.
I'm gonna start with my gaming news.
Good
first.
news, I hope.
Because I realized I hadn't talked about this yet. So last time we met for the podcast, I think I had mentioned that I was tentatively going to go for the Platinum Trophy in Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
And I am here to tell you that at 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
on Sunday morning...
You gave up.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I got the Platinum Trophy.
Hey-o.
Nice.
Well done, my friend. Congrats.
So it's my first Platinum Trophy ever. Because I'm not a trophy hunter. I don't go for that stuff. Honestly, I don't know if I would do that again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That kind of experience, huh?
Although it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but some of the trophies, they make you do stuff that's like super grindy.
Yeah.
Like some of the ones that I kind of left for last was like, you got to do 25 ceiling takedowns and 25 wall takedowns, and you've got to defeat 50 enemies with the remote mine gadget and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that just gets on my nerves.
Right.
That to me gets a little grindy after a while. I just want to handle enemies like I want to handle them. So but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was like, okay, this is attainable. It gets on my nerves, but it's attainable.
Yeah.
I basically 100%ed everything that I could, except for like those last 2 or 3, the ones I just mentioned, and saved those for New Game Plus.
Wise move.
Then just knocked those out in there, and
Nice.
Got it done.
Yeah,
Well
I think the hardest trophy in that one was get the 100 hit combo.
Yeah.
Yes. There's actually a cheap way to do that, and I
Is that what
do
you?
not feel bad at all for doing it.
What did you do?
Tell me, what is it?
So, shoot. Spoilers for Miles Morales.
All right.
If
Spoilers.
you don't want to know,
Skip ahead a minute.
ahead about a minute.
Oh no.
So the scene where Miles is in that one place, I think he was trying to get Finn's phone, and then he meets up with the Prowler,
Mhm.
Okay.
his uncle.
Yeah.
And then he basically is trying to hold these enemies off
Okay.
and tells Miles to escape. You don't have to go immediately when he tells you to go. And because of that, enemies continue to spawn.
Okay.
As long as you're in that room, enemies will continue to spawn.
Okay.
So I was able to string enough people to where I could do the 100 times combo multiplier.
Gotcha.
Nice. There you go.
Well done. Way to
Nice.
take advantage of those monster closets. Enemy
Sometimes
closets, whatever they're
that's
called.
what you got to do when you're going for platinums. You just got to find the easy way to get things done.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if there was going to be a one for me to do it on, that was it. Just because, the campaign and stuff was short enough to where it wasn't going to take me too long to get it. Saturday night, I was just in a zone to where I was like, okay, I'm just going to get this done. And plus I was watching Gabe, our buddy Gabe Patillo. He did his Extra Life stream this past weekend.
Yeah.
So I was...
Killed it.
Yeah, he did. Smashed a bunch of his goals. I was trying to, watch his stream and support him, and I was up doing that. I was like, I'm just going to get it done. Just going to knock it out. So 3 a.m, finally got it done.
Sweet. Congrats, man. That's
thank
awesome.
You. Thank you.
Next up,
Clark,
my name is
Clark-
Mayo too.
Clark almost got a platinum before you did. It's close.
That was a close one.
You beat him.
I was worried. But then that leads me into the next day, which, of course, I was super tired for most of the day. And, of course, I had to lead worship. Which,
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
really?
wow.
That's a little,
Whoa.
that's a little irresponsible. So
Just a little.
Don't do that. Thankfully, I was able to do what I needed to do, and church was great. So
You're like, you know what? I'm the boss now, so I can do what I want.
Maybe not so much. But no, everything went fine with that. But once we got back home from church, I was like, I'm going to try to take a nap. I'm going to try to catch up on some sleep.
I don't know if you need to try that. I think if you just lay down, you would have been falling asleep.
Well, apparently that was not the case.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. It took me a while to get to sleep. And then when I woke up, I was burning up.
Oh, no.
I had a fever.
Where's the cowbell?
I was burning. No, not the fun kind of fever.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, not Bruce Dickinson fever.
That's
but
a Saturday night fever. Or Sunday morning fever. Sunday
It's a
afternoon.
Sunday evening fever. Which then went into Monday. So yeah, I had 100.4 temperature, and I'm like, oh no. This is it, isn't it? I've got the Rona. And so I start going down the list, telling, my pastor and my family, hey, this is what's going on. Gonna get tested. Got tested on Monday. I was basically a zombie from Sunday until Monday night, Tuesday morning, when my fever finally went down. But Wednesday, which is today, actually, I got the test results back early in the morning, and I tested positive for COVID.
Womp womp. Voldemort gotcha.
Yeah, womp womp. So, just gotta, thankfully, praise God for my age and my health, the survivability and recovery rate is very high.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, folks, wear your mask, wash your hands, all that good stuff, social distance, of course. Because for the people that are immunocompromised or, much older and up there in years and at higher risk, those are the ones we have to be more considerate about.
Yep.
Yeah, don't go to parties with 300 people.
Correct.
Yep.
200, okay. 300, too many.
Yep. 299.
Yeah.
Good limit.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm just having to quarantine, chill out at home. I feel better today.
Oh man, I'm glad you're feeling better. That's kind of
Yeah.
it was scary when you said that you had a fever, lasted for a couple days, and we were praying for you.
Yeah, buddy.
I appreciate it, but yeah, I basically have to quarantine. I think the CDC actually changed the time from 14 days to 10 days. So 10 days from your symptoms first showing up.
Yeah.
Fun thing about my job is now that I've tested positive, I now have to test negative. After the quarantine time is up, I have to test negative twice before I can come back to work.
So you're going to be out of work for a little bit then.
Yeah, I mean, at least 10 days. And then, yeah, I guess because I would have to wait for the test results. So yeah, it's going to be probably about 2 weeks or so.
Can you get that rapid test?
The problem is around here, unless you go to the ER,
Yeah.
the rapid test that they have is only the antibody test.
Okay.
So that just tells you if you've had it at one point. Which we already know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a matter of the one that takes a little longer is the active test. Is it actively in my system?
Okay.
Okay.
At least that's how I understand it.
So then that's an extra 4 days or whatever. So you get tested, get the negative results, and then you got to go get tested again, like immediately right after you get your results. Is that how it works?
I'm wondering if I can just go to two different because I've been getting mine done at CVS because you can go to their drive-through and they have a system where you can get tested, and it's the active test.
Okay.
And it's super simple. The great part is if you have insurance or don't have insurance, it is free of charge.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So, the past couple of tests that because I've had to do tests previously, and both those tests I did through CVS. Super simple. The test has come a long way from when they first introduced it, because apparently the swab used to be like super long and super painful, but it's gotten way better. Just have to quarantine and then. But I wonder if I can like get tested and then immediately go to another location and get tested again, or if I have to wait for the first test to come back negative before I go for the second test. I don't know.
I don't see why you can't. You're just getting a second opinion. That's all they want, I would imagine. I don't know. I say you do
I
it.
just want to make sure if there's no false negatives.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just hanging out at home, doing whatever, playing games, watching
get your
a bunch
gaming
of
on.
YouTube, going down a bunch of YouTube rabbit holes. I've been watching a bunch of Critical Role. I really have started getting into that just because I wanted to understand Dungeons and Dragons more, and understand how it works. You wanted that? I just want to know. I wanted to know how it works.
Okay.
Because I've never fully been able to wrap my head around it. I know it's like a tabletop RPG game. Got it. But how does that work? How does the story progress? What does the dungeon master have to do and all that? I was interested in that.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Would I necessarily play? Maybe not. But it was interesting, especially the way that Critical Role does it. They're really good at it, and especially like Matt Mercer as the DM. He's really good dungeon master, and they're all voice actors. So that brings a whole new life because they have their own personalities that they bring to their characters,
right?
Which makes it real interesting. So, but yeah, been watching a bunch of that.
Well, it's a good thing you have 2 weeks to watch some of them, because it'll take you 2 weeks to watch
like 2
some
episodes.
of them. Yeah, 2 or 3 episodes.
These story arcs in these and the campaigns are like months long campaigns.
That is crazy.
There
I
are
can't
several
imagine.
different story arcs that are like 4 hours long. Now, granted, they take like commercial breaks and stuff throughout that. So some of that is not actual gameplay.
Hit that fast forward button.
Yep, that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. I am, however, despite Voldemort, obviously, this is going to come out after the fact. We are going to be live streaming the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Yes.
What'd you guys think? Did you enjoy it?
Action.
Since this is coming out after the fact.
Did you how did you like about that reveal?
I didn't see it coming. It was just like,
sucked.
What? Oh man, Mark, why are you being such a hater?
I wanted more. All it showed was a black screen with an icon, and then 2023. It's just like,
who does
wait
that?
A couple years.
Yeah, they I love the part where they dropped the reveal for the PS7.
Oh,
I mean that's like 10 years down.
What about the return of the Ouya?
The Ouya?
Yeah.
The Ouya?
The Ouya? What is it? Has that what it... No, they changed the pronunciation for the return.
It?
Yeah, to the Ouya.
They did new update. We're changing our name, the way you say it.
We're saying it. It's a different system. It's like, it's not the Nintendo Wii, it's the Nintendo Wii.
The Wii.
Wii?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Crazy stuff.
I know, it's wild. And when Jeff Keighley came out with that guest... I just could not believe that.
Yep,
I could.
You could.
I know the guest.
I don't believe you.
Yep. Twitter friends.
Still don't believe you. So anyway, that has not happened in our
But it
time
has.
period, but it
As
has
you
happened
join her,
by the
you
time
know
you're
it has.
listening to it. When will then be now?
Right now.
Right now. You just missed it. But yeah, that's been pretty much my weekend. So obviously, being sick has been kind of on the forefront of my mind and my body. And so that brings us to our topic at hand.
Or foot.
Or face.
That's right. We are talking about that old sick life.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
gross.
so
I'm not even sick.
everybody okay over
That
there?
was natural.
It's natural.
Yeah.
That's how you grease your hair.
For
Yeah,
you
just
audio
make the
listeners
palm
out
motion
there,
up towards your nose to your hair.
Mark just wiped his nose up his hand. Finger to palm bottom.
Straight to the hair.
That's how he slicks
That
it every
just
What's
morning.
that, mousse? Nope, all la natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, steering out of the skid here.
Yeah, anyways.
So, of course, everybody has their things that they do when they're sick, particular habits, things that they like to do to make themselves feel better, both physically and mentally, foods, drinks they like to eat, things that help them, obviously, to feel better. So, first off, we're going to actually start with some joiner comments.
Hey-oh.
Hey-o.
First off, Mr. Ryan Let It Snow Straubby.
Ryan, the
Ryan.
Tim man, or the Tool Man, Strawberry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan the Toolman Straubby. So he says, I remember drinking Sprite. That helps with an upset stomach. Drinking Sprite and eating crackers at my grandma's when I was absent from school as a child when I didn't feel well. Now, as an adult, I'll just try to sleep or watch a TV show that I've seen plenty of times so I can close my eyes and watch it in my mind as I try to relax and keep all fluids in their designated spots.
Ooh. That takes all half his brain power.
As I get to the end of my illness, I like to cut my hair. Really, it's just shaving my head. Take a shower as hot as I can stand it, then lather up and do a clean shave. For whatever reason, I feel refreshed and almost healthy. I know you beardies and long hair hippies probably wouldn't dare try any of that. And you are correct, sir. I would not shave my head and my face.
I have never heard of that. Is that like one of those? You're calling us hippies? That sounds like a hippie thing to
Full
do.
body cleanse.
Well, I mean, think about when you get... I mean, obviously, Pat, we all have beards, technically.
Technically, we do.
And literally.
Those of us here.
Literally, we do.
One's more like peach fuzz.
But, like, think about back to when you didn't have a beard and you would have to shave clean. When you had a fresh cut, shave and everything, you'd feel nice and clean, right? You'd feel
Cold.
refreshed.
Yeah, very cold.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, cold, yes.
Yeah, you do.
But
You do
otherwise-
feel refreshed when you got a clean shave
Yes.
going. Now I feel naked when I have a clean
I feel
shave.
the wind. Like, what is this?
Like, ooh, I don't like this.
Ah, it bites.
That's right.
Hearts
That's precious.
But yeah, I
get
sort
it.
of
I
get
get
that.
it.
I would
Yeah.
never do it, but
I'm all in on the hot shower. Like,
Yes,
the hotter, the
100%.
better. Burn off the epidermis. A couple layers, in fact. It's all good. I love the
Your
hot
epidermis is showing.
shower. Whoa, easy. Not supposed to
put that
tell.
away.
But yeah, I love the hot shower.
Yeah, I do that normally.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
I have hot showers anyways, even when I'm not sick.
I take hot showers anyways, but man, when you're sick and you take that hot
Oh,
shower,
yeah.
yeah, and you get out. Sometimes that helps your fever break, and you get out and you start sweating. That's when you're like, you feel that sweat you get after while you're when you're sick. I feel so much better when I start sweating. Like, I don't know if you guys feel that way, but it just feels so much better when I know, because I think it's a mentality thing. When I start sweating, I know that my fever broke.
Okay. I haven't had fever lately, knock on wood. But for me, it's all about the congestion. You just put your face right in that hot water, and it just breaks up that congestion, and I
eat
get the snot flowing.
Stuff. Put hot sauce on everything.
That works too.
Yeah,
I do both while I'm in the shower, eating some hot Cheetos while I'm taking a shower.
These Cheetos are soggy.
What's going on?
Honey, are you eating in the shower again?
I just couldn't help it. I needed hot stuff.
It's like the 5th time this week.
Honey, we need more Cheetos.
I have to be careful with that in terms of hopping in the shower and taking a real hot shower with a fever, because like in particular with this fever, I was getting dizzy and getting even more hot with the shower made it even worse, made me even dizzier. So I had to be careful about that.
Yeah, for sure.
But showers most times do help me feel better, for sure. Lord Zukor and Ryan posted on Discord, and also Nate, aka Lord Zukor, did as well. He says, I've got some media that I can always go back to for a pick-me-up. Fantastic Mr. Fox is my go-to feel-better movie. It's one that I can put on and know every line. For a game, I'd say Mario 64 or any 3D Mario, really, are great for relaxing. Breath of the Wild would make that list as well. And so he asked this question, and we'll get into it this way. He says, what is your go-to feel-good movie? Specifically, when you're sick. Is there a particular TV show or a movie that you like to put on so you can just veg out while you're sick, while you don't feel good?
I don't think there's a movie that is a go-to when I'm sick. Like, usually when I'm sick, I am laying there under the covers and playing video games. Like, I don't usually, like, and also a side note, trying to play video games with a controller underneath the blanket is so much harder. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't look at the control anyways when I'm playing, but when it's underneath the blanket, it's just, I don't know why. It's just a mental thing.
You don't have those peripherals
Maybe
going.
just because your hands feel more restrained?
I guess.
That way, under the blanket?
I don't know. But yeah, I'll play mindless video games. Like, I don't have a particular one, but I usually play games when I'm sick.
Games with as little thinking power as possible.
Maybe like Madden. I'll play a sports game.
Okay. That makes sense.
Lucas, how about you?
I would say for me, I would probably say I'd probably prefer. Let me back up here for a second. Probably since 2012, I've been sick like 2.5 times. Like, not very much. Brazilian weather and conditions here have been very agreeable to my sinuses and to my overall health. Like, I just haven't gotten sick. But when I do, I just like the game alone. You know, nothing frustrating, no co-op. Just I don't have a game that I go to. Like, whatever the next trophy is, whatever the next game on the backlog list is, that's what I'm going to go to. So,
Gotcha.
I don't have a movie. Maybe movies with the family, like a nice family, maybe a Pixar movie, some feel good, kids movies that also have some good message to them, or have adult, maybe like light adult jokes that are just peppered in there for the parents out there watching with their kids. That's about it. And then lots of sleep, lots of Dayquil and NyQuil.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't. I have a hard time doing video games when if it's like a cold or something like that. That's one thing, I guess. But if I'm like real sick, like with the flu or COVID, and I have a fever, Like it's very difficult for me, motor skills wise, and with my mind, to be able to focus on a video game. I have to have something that's I can just put it on coast and veg out, to where I can just kind of casually pay attention to it every once in a while. So it's got to be something I can watch, because I just can't. I'm horrible if I try to play a video game while I'm that sick.
Mm-hmm.
And like this time, it's just going down the YouTube rabbit hole. Whatever I feel like watching that's mindless, basically. I mean, sometimes we'll watch movies, but I actually thought about watching some Christmas movies. Unfortunately, that didn't happen today, but I may do that. Start watching some Christmas movies.
Do it.
Nice.
It's just the one thing that sucks, and we'll get into the next thing to talk about. I hate doing something constantly when I'm sick, because then you associate that particular thing with being sick. And so I have to be careful of that. Like, basically, I was getting annoyed, I think, with like our Christmas decorations, because I was feeling sick. I was like, man, I don't want to associate Christmas with feeling sick.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah. But that brings me to our next topic, or next point
Next
of
topic?
discussion.
What? Wait, hold on a second.
Surprise, we got another topic. Yes.
That was a topic song.
Thank you, Lucas.
In case you didn't know.
Perfect. I'm just gonna put that in there from now on.
You should. Yep.
Yep, that's the
Clip that.
That's the new music. Yeah, so what foods or drinks do you typically go for while you are feeling sick? Now, obviously, there are certain ones that, are beneficial to you for when you're sick. That'll
Like
boost your
hot
boost your
Cheetos in
immune
a shower.
system.
Hot shower.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
That'll do
Boiling
it.
hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos. You throw some hot sauce on anything.
Yep.
It just clears out my sinuses.
Yeah, man.
And that's 100% what I go for in
Hot
food.
coffee.
I don't want to,
That's-
because I normally when I'm sick, I really can't. I don't have the taste for it anyways, because my nose is congested and I'm not getting that
Yeah.
that smell, that scent of the food I'm eating. So just throw some hot sauce on anything.
Yeah.
I'll eat that.
And I'm
But
not really,
Yeah.
like, I don't really have an appetite. Like, I'm just like, I don't really want to eat.
yeah, I'm right there with you. No appetite, but I do have I'll drink tea,
Mm-hmm.
and throw some honey in there. And normally, this is hot tea. I don't like tea like at all.
Yeah.
But when I am sick, it is the thing that I want. It's a weird thing.
It's good
And
for you. Body's telling you.
Yeah, I want to have that tea, and it's just like, not only does it help clear my sinuses, but it just helps me feel warm, because when you have a fever, you feel like you shiver, you're cold, and so it also helps my throat. But if I'm not sick, I'm never touching tea. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I would say besides that, just hot soup, like good old fashioned chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle, yep.
It's just
Chicken and dumplings.
just chicken broth. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever just chugged some good old fashioned hot chicken broth, but it helps.
Done that.
I don't know what it
Yep.
is about it, but it helps a lot. And
Let me tell you what I had yesterday that hit the spot.
let's hear it.
Tell us.
Was a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato bisque soup.
So good. That's like my comfort food.
That sounds
Healthy
fantastic.
or sick, I could eat that.
You ever had a grilled cheese without tomato soup? It's not the same.
That's dumb.
My
I would still eat it, but
my wife's
yes,
like, "Hey,
you're
I'm making
correct.
grilled cheese for dinner, and
And?
we have tomato soup." No, no,
What?
thanks.
No, I'm out.
I'll make
Peace,
something
I'm
for
out.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I think every time Mindy makes that, and I want to say this year especially, she's made it quite a bit. And I'm like, man, it'd be awesome. Let's knock down all the CC's pizza and just make grilled ham and cheese, grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup restaurants, all you can eat.
Yes,
That would be awesome. Like, just
I
go
would
in
be
there
down for that.
and just eat as much as you want.
All you can eat?
All you can
I
eat.
can eat like
Grilled cheese and
I can
tomato
only eat
soup.
like 1.5.
What?
The grilled cheese.
Those are rookie
sandwiches.
numbers. You got to eat it like Joey Chestnut in the hot dog contest and dip the grilled cheese. And
Oh, I dip it.
Yeah, man.
I definitely dip it.
Can you eat a grilled cheese sandwich like plain? It's like eating
You
sandpaper.
can, but you're like an outcast.
Yeah, you got to dip it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be on Earth.
It's so good.
Well, I do both. So what does that make me?
Yeah, variety is a spice of life.
Yep, there we
Yeah,
go.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so that definitely hit the spot. Yeah, you're right. Any type of soup and stuff like that. The one thing that brings me back to associating something with being sick, I can't drink OJ when I'm not sick, because it reminds me too much of being sick. Because it has the vitamin, is it vitamin C?
Yes.
In it.
That's what I've heard.
And it was always good, like especially when I was in middle school and high school, and I was doing a lot of singing, and needed to like with my throat and stuff like that. It would boost up my immune system, so that it would make my throat feel better.
That's true.
Faster. So I was, anytime I'm sick, I was drinking orange juice, and I cannot drink that when I'm not sick.
No. Yeah, OJ probably.
Just brings up bad
You bring that
memories.
up. That definitely is the one non-hot thing that I definitely crave is like juice in general, but OJ for sure. I don't know if you guys have ever done this where you get the vitamin C sizzle cap tablets or whatever that you can put in water. And when I'm sick, I'll put those tablets in orange juice. So it's like
Oh my gosh.
vitamin
you get,
C, like
100,000% of your
year.
vitamin C.
Exactly. And I'm like, infuse me with vitamin C. Heal me now.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I've
man.
never done that before.
And it tastes really good too. It's like
Super powered orange
orange juice. It's like, whoa, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. So yeah, I recommend it for sure.
I'll have to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like orange juice now. Now, when I was in college, like right after college, like I did not want to touch orange juice ever again
Yeah.
because of the drinks I used to have in college. And so it took me a
yeah.
while to like orange juice again.
Uh-huh.
Yep. But
That'll do
I
it.
love orange juice. We get the frozen can of orange juice, and we just plop it into a pitcher, put some water in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the worst sound ever.
Yeah. No, wait, when it plops out and hits the bottom of the
like
pitcher,
it does that inverted.
I love
slurp
that sound. I absolutely love it.
I mean, it's iconic. If you heard just the sound, you would know what it was.
Oh, we're making orange juice.
Oh, orange juice. Oh, cranberry sauce coming out of the can. there? Just-
Cranberry sauce. That's the same
It's
noise.
the same sound.
Yeah.
Yep.
Side note: pulp or no pulp?
Pulp.
No pulp. Oh, why pulp?
I like to chew and drink at the same time.
Gross.
What?
I'm just kidding. That's not why. I feel like my dad raised me saying that when I would eat an apple, if I left the core, and I didn't eat the core of the apple, or I left a lot of the core left, he would say, "Well, that's where all the nutrients are. You got to eat that." So to me, the pulp is those little flecks. That's where all the nutrients are. You gotta have the pulp because you're missing out on vitamin C when
You're
you do
not
just
supposed
the juice.
to. When you're drinking something, it's not supposed to get stuck in your teeth.
I just don't like to chew my drinks.
Well, you're
Sorry,
missing
I
out.
can't.
Have you ever tried to eat and also drink at the same time? Like you have something in your mouth and then you take like maybe you have a pop or
All
you
the
have
time.
water and you do that?
Yeah.
While the food is in your mouth?
Yeah.
I will
Joey
pray for
Chestnut.
you.
All right.
This is Joey Chestnut. That's right. You mix the
That's-
flavors
it
and
ruins it. It's just like, no, yeah, you get out of here.
it's
Get
like
outta
tomato
here.
soup or grilled cheese sandwich. They just go
No,
together.
that's supposed to go together. Like if you're eating like, I don't know, chicken and then you take a swig of orange juice, like you don't want
Swig
that.
of
That's-
orange juice.
All the old swig. eh?
Citrus and chicken, they both start with C. They go together.
You don't want to have those two flavors in your mouth.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I
He
will.
will.
That's what
Good.
I'm doing.
Bring it.
Goodness.
Mark, I just want to say real quick, you brought up the association thing with being sick and then, hating something. I have to say, I don't know if I've watched the Indiana Jones trilogy since this happened, but I got food poisoning some years ago. And during
while watching Indiana Jones?
Well, not because of it, but while I was quarantined, because I was throwing up on the hour, every hour for I want to say it was 8 or 9 hours. I watched the entire Indiana Jones trilogy, and now I associate food poisoning with the Indiana Jones trilogy. It takes me back. It's awful. So yeah.
Which is funny because he in that movie, was it the first one or the second one? I don't remember. Where
here it comes.
He basically he has to fight that one guy, and I want to say the dude has a sword or something like that.
That's the first one.
And he ends up pulling a gun.
It's with the Ark. Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant. That's the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, he does the sword thing. He's like, yeah. And then...
Well, the reason he didn't get into, Indiana didn't get into a sword fight with that guy was because Harrison Ford was incredibly sick.
Mark fact.
Nice.
With, the Montezuma's Revenge or whatever. Yeah, it was bad to where
Voldemort
he
before
didn't
Voldemort
move.
was a thing.
Couldn't move, so he just shot him.
And so
that's a classic.
He didn't have to move. He just shot the guy.
That's a classic movie moment.
I love that.
It's awesome.
So it's just funny that you associate that with food poisoning.
It's fitting. I'm like a young Harrison Ford now.
That's not how
with sickness
works. So a couple more joiner comments. Our old buddy Tim Pollen,
Timmy P,
says 7-Up and chicken broth are must-haves.
Ooh, together? Gross.
Ugh. Yeah.
You pour the 7-Up in the chicken broth?
It's 7-Up flavored like chicken broth.
Well, usually, I think you have to do either flat Coke or flat 7-Up, and that helps with an upset stomach or something like that. I think
it's pure corn syrup when it's flat.
Yeah. Apparently that helps with your stomach.
All right, I guess.
After you've been throwing up and
take
stuff.
the butcher's word for it.
So he says 7-Up and chicken broth are must-haves. Before streaming was a thing, I'd binge DVDs like The Matrix, Fifth Element, or something from Mel Brooks.
Nice.
Not a bad
Mel Brooks.
call.
Do kids nowadays even know who Mel Brooks is?
Sadly, I
Dishonor
don't think
on them. Their home.
Dishonor on
their cow. Exactly. You read my mind.
And finally, this last comment is from Splig.
Hey,
Delicious,
Mikey.
AKA Mike Doherty.
I think he likes it.
Mikey D.
And he actually agrees with my discussion. He says, careful with shows. I stayed home from elementary school sick and watched a Star Wars marathon. Never really liked them since. Barely muster an okay.
Aw.
So he associates Star Wars with being sick.
What a bummer. The Force was not with him. Poor guy.
Man, I've watched movies while I was sick, and they are not as funny as when you're healthy. I watched there's two movies I watched when I was sick. I watched National Lampoon's Van Wilder with Ryan Reynolds when I was sick. I watched it the first time, and I thought it was the worst movie I'd ever seen. I watched it the second time, and I thought it was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. and then I watched Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle when I was sick, and I thought it was so dumb. I watched it again when I was healthy, and I thought it was funny. So I guess that's why I don't watch movies when I'm sick, because I think
don't want to ruin it.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah. Yep,
it checks out.
He says, food-wise, he agrees with you guys. Bring the heat. Clears your sinuses and makes you feel alive.
It's alive.
Most sickness for me is sinus related. And he says, for games, bring on the RPGs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to be sick for a while, definitely
do it.
Jump into those.
Just dive into a world.
Yeah, I guess you'll have plenty of time to do
it. Exactly.
So. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that is pretty much it for our topic.
Cool.
Fantastic. All right. Well, as always, we do have a little housekeeping to cover where we fluff pillows and put Andy's Candies chocolates on your pillow and tip you off to the news you need to know. We would appreciate, if you have not already, if you have, feel free to create a Ghost account or whatever those Smurf account or whatever to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Podchaser. It somehow helps us reach joiners around the globe. And also check out Mark's weekly GMG Gotham streams on Saturday nights at twitch.tv/thegoodmorningguys, where he will be streaming that old Sackboy adventure coming up. Maybe not.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there, unfortunately, because a lot of things going on with me having COVID and all that kind of stuff. I'm supposed to be getting Sackboy from GameFly, and so I have to send a game back in order to get it. And now that I have COVID, I kind of didn't want to send a game that I touched with my COVID.
Spray
hands.
it down. Get out that old disinfectant.
Put it in the dishwasher.
Yep, it'll be fine.
Low. Yep.
Sure, that's how it goes.
Yep.
High heat also.
That's what
High
they
heat
tell
will
me.
get rid of it too. Yep.
Should
Or the
I
microwave.
eat some soggy Cheetos with it too?
Yeah. Throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Doctor's
Gotcha.
orders. All right. Well, you'll be streaming something?
For right now, I'm going to have to put it on hold.
All right. Just kidding, folks. See you in 2021.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Got him.
Got him. Got him in 2021.
Sorry, guys. If I am able to figure out something from there on, or am able to get Sackboy without GameFly, then we'll definitely keep in touch with you guys on Twitter and on the Discord and let you know what's going on.
That is very considerate of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a good call. I would not have thought of that. And
I would not have thought
I would
that
have just
either.
been like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll just spray it down.
They'll deal with
it'll
it.
It'll be fine. They clean it off anyways. You can also check me out on Mondays and Fridays around lunchtime at twitch.tv/MrPastorHam. It varies what I play, but half the time it's gaming with Pat. The other half the time it's some random game, probably a side-scroller, roguelike, or something of that nature. Also, you can call us at 929GMG-Guys and let your voice be heard. Ask a question, make a comment. Tell us what you do when you're sick and why, eating and drinking at the same exact time is awesome. Besides that, I lost my place. Speaking of what should be heard, really out of order segue, Mark, the GMG Music playlist on Spotify and Apple Music. What you got for us?
Yeah, so obviously we're talking about being sick and the things that we do when we're feeling sick. So obviously all the songs that I have selected tonight, which there's only 2 of them here, but they have to deal with sickness or being sick. So
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Checks out.
the first selection is Flyleaf's I'm So Sick.
Ooh, nice.
The second choice is Skillet. That's my COVID brain. I almost forgot. Skillet's their song Sick of It.
Good.
Yeah. So there was one that I kind of wanted to do, but it is highly inappropriate.
Is it
so
Down with the Sickness?
Down with the Sickness.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to that on your own time.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Your own playlist. But those 2 other songs I mentioned, hope those help you get your good morning on and hope you feel better.
No doubt. I bet they will. Before we sign off, guys, we do have our GMG Video Game Top 100 that we are continuing to build little by little. Hopefully you came prepared. Ronnie, of course, will be giving 2 next week again and will likely not be prepared. But
he's got to do 2 again.
starting with, let's start with good old Pat.
Yeah.
What you got?
Last week you said Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm going with Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yes,
For
to get them
PS4.
both in there.
Yes.
For
I was going to do that last week,
sure.
but you had said yours second, I think. And I was like, should have changed it. But yeah,
I did.
Spider-Man.
My turn?
Yep.
Sure.
Do it, Mark.
Sorry, didn't mean to
No.
assert myself.
Ronnie's
there.
turn.
No worries.
Okay, Ronnie, go.
Go.
Apex Legends.
Yes. I knew it.
Mario Kart 64.
Horizon Zero Dawn. No, so my choice, which the funny thing is, I've never actually beaten this game.
It is in your top 25.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What is happening?
How's that?
So it just has a lot of fond memories.
Okay.
And I think there would be many people who would say this is an excellent game and could be on a top list.
All right.
And so Mega Man X. I just enjoy the X series. Those games are ridiculously difficult, but they're a lot of fun, and I love all the power-ups that you can get in sort of building up the Mega Man X suit.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
a good
just
one.
a lot of fun.
I've
So even though I've never beaten it, still putting it on the list.
I haven't either.
Mega
but
Man games.
Yeah, those are
hard.
crazy hard.
Yeah.
But I
I tell you what, the older ones though, like Mega Man 1 through 9, those are way harder.
I've
than
never
X
beaten a
games.
Mega
Yes.
Man game
Me
in my
neither.
life.
But I do have the Super Nintendo Classic, which does have Mega Man X, and I definitely will be giving that another whirl in the future. I played through a few levels, and I was like, I like this, so I'm definitely going to devote some time. That's a good pick, Mark. A fine
you.
pick. So for my pick this week, I'm gonna throw in a Lego game because, like, especially since being a parent, that's like one of my go-to franchises. The kids and I love Lego games, playing through a lot of them. But I'm going to do Lego Marvel Superheroes. That's the first one that I platinumed. And
There you go.
Really?
it was just, I don't know, it was a unique story. It wasn't like, they've later on done like Lego Marvel Agents, Avengers, where they go through the first two movies and, you know, they copy different stories. But the one for this, the very first one, was actually a unique story. And don't tell anyone, but I got my kids for Christmas Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. So
There's a second one.
there's a second one.
Okay.
So this Christmas, we're definitely going to play through that bad boy.
There you
Very
go.
nice.
Yeah. So that is my pick. Ronnie,
Okay.
hope you're ready next week. We know you're not listening, so we'll talk to you next week. All right. Speaking of next week, we will be talking about our favorite video games of 2020 and the results and our thoughts on the Game Awards, which, again,
Yes.
we will be live streaming tomorrow, and which we've already live streamed as you're listening to this. And let me tell you,
Who knows? This might be up because
That-
I don't have anything to do anymore.
All right.
So this could be
Fair
up
enough.
before the Game Awards.
oh snap. Oh no. What's going to happen? All right.
Time travel.
Challenge accepted.
Scooby-Doo ending. Alrighty then. Pat, Mark, and the spirit of Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.